This week we are launching a brand new app. It's called WCIA Plus. You will be able to watch our show live as well as new digital shows. Every Wednesday I will be releasing a show exclusively on the app where I sit down with local law enforcement. As a daughter of a law enforcement officer, I know how important it is to get to know our community leaders. So here's a quick preview of what you can expect. This morning, we're taking a closer look at the local law enforcement who keep our communities safe. Today, I am joined by Champaign County Sheriff Dustin Harmon. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, Taylor. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So the reason I want to do this is I want to get to know you a little bit better. I want to, build that gap between the community and law enforcement. So I just want to hear more about your background and why you decided to go into law enforcement.
Sure. So I grew up in rural Effingham County. And my grandfather was a police officer for the Effingham Police Department. And so I grew up seeing him in parades and different things like that. And so that's really what started getting me excited about this. And then when it came to college, it was either business, because I was working at the local IGA at the time. It was either going into business or going into criminal justice. And I started with business, but my passion was really in criminal justice. And so at 21 years old, I got my first police job, a little village named Cowden down by Shelbyville. I never planned to get my bachelor's, but I got my bachelor's in crim. I got my master's in crim, and I got my doctorate in community college leadership, which none of that was planned along the way. I'm a first-generation student, and so I'm the first one in my family to go to college. And so all of it was just kind of what felt right. And then what led me to become sheriff or run for sheriff? I get that question a lot.
Right.
And it's basically, I saw an opportunity in Champaign County to do something different than what I had observed when I was a deputy. And so I really thought, why can't I make a positive influence here? I had a few different views and things than what I had seen embedded in the sheriff's office, and so I threw my hat in the ring. It's not a surprise to anybody that nobody really thought I was going to win. I was the underdog, including me. I never really thought I was going to win either, and so I did, and then it really has allowed me to put that positive influence, I think, in the criminal justice system. I work well with the other elected officials here in the county and with the other police chiefs. And so we really keep Champaign County progressing as far as criminal justice goes.
Absolutely. And nationally, a big conversation is building the trust between the community and law enforcement. So what is the sheriff's office doing to build that trust?
So I'm a firm believer that every positive contact is a way that we build our reputation and we build those partnerships with the community. Now we've had people before who I get emails all the time saying, I had your deputy who pulled me over, and I'm like, oh man, here we go. Here's going to be a complaint. They're like, I got a citation from it, but that was the nicest deputy that I've ever had contact with. And that is our goal, is the outcome whenever you have contact with us may not be what you want it to be, but I hope that outcome is going to be respectful. I hope it's going to be professional, and I hope that it's going to be a positive contact. And then if you've had a negative contact with a police officer in the past, hopefully that positive contact then will help you change your mind on the perception of law enforcement.
Definitely. And here in Champaign County, what are some top concerns that you're hearing from residents?
I would say the number one concern is violence in our community. And so everybody wants to live their lives the way they want to live it without fear of being victimized. And over the last couple of years, we've kind of seen it escalate to the point of you don't have to be an intended target of gun violence in order to be a victim of gun violence. And so I work very frequently with the local chiefs. I work very closely with them, and we are always looking for innovative ways to get the violence mitigated in Champaign County. And it's been working. Our stats are down. This year is off to a little rocky start, but we are always communicating. We are always looking for that community-wide effort to help address the gun violence.
Definitely. And before we go, if you could leave our viewers and the public with one message, what would that be?
I would say that law enforcement is our community. We are part of this community. We work here. We live here. we put on a gun and badge because that's what you've asked us to do in order to keep the community safe. I would just ask the community to remember that we are people. We are out there. We are their neighbors. We have dogs. We have cats. We have kids. And when you see us, treat us like people, because
Right.
it's really easy to kind of think we're not, and to put that blank page on us. But we really are people out there just trying to do a job that we've been asked to do.
Awesome. It's a great reminder of what you guys are doing behind the scenes. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, this was only part of our conversation. You can catch a more in-depth episode this Wednesday at 10 a.m. exclusively on the app. There we talked about protests and how you can safely make your voices heard. It will also re-air several times throughout the week.